If you literally just learned one thing from this video, I would feel happy, because I just feel like nowadays when it comes to fitness and health and nutrition, there's so much bullshit on the internet and it's hard to know what exactly is true and what's not true. So I want to answer some questions that I get asked frequently. And if you've never seen my face before, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Tashana. I am a certified personal trainer. I work completely online with my clients on the NUBODY app, where I just essentially help women not only achieve the body that they want, but I teach them how to navigate the gym and the nutrition so that they can maintain their body and they don't need me down the line. Like, my whole goal is for you to learn so that you will not need me in the future. So the first question I got asked is, what is reverse dieting and why do it? So when it comes to weight loss, essentially with reverse dieting, that's like a main reason a person will do reverse dieting. Also, if you're like competing in bodybuilding, but we're not going to talk about that. Reverse dieting essentially is if someone is pretty much at too low of a caloric deficit, and we need to slowly get them back up in their calories so that they could be at an appropriate and healthier caloric deficit. So example, if you are trying to lose weight and your caloric deficit to lose about 1 pound to 2 pounds, which is what you want, okay, every week you have to be eating 1900 calories, but yet you were eating 1100, 1200 calories. One, you slow down your metabolism, and now we have to speed the metabolism back up. And two, what we have to do is start getting you back up to that 1900 calorie mark. So obviously that's not going to happen like that. Your body's not going to be accustomed to eating that much. So this is where reverse dieting will come into play. We'll slowly start increasing your calories bit by bit until you get to that 1900 calorie mark, so that one, you're still in a caloric deficit, but at least now you have more energy, you're more satiated. Wow. You feel more full, you're eating nutrient-dense meals, and you're also hitting your protein intake, and you're still losing weight. So if you're someone who is struggling to lose weight and you think your metabolism is broken, your metabolism is like damaged, it's so slow, you're probably eating not enough calories and you have to do reverse dieting and get your calories up. The second question, what exercise targets your upper glutes? I love this question because if you know me, you know I love targeting upper glutes. I love talking about it. I love showing you guys, putting you guys on. So let's break down the glutes. The glutes have 3 major muscles. You have the gluteus maximus, which is like the biggest, meatiest part, lower glutes, and kind of like the center part of the glutes. Then you have the medius and minimus. So these are the smaller muscles at the top, and it kind of folds, not folds, but like follow along the side of your legs. So when it comes to doing exercises that targets the medius and minimus, which is also known as the upper glutes, a lot of the exercises are going to be abduction exercises. So you have abduction and adduction. I actually saw this video from Jonni, Shreve. I'll link him down below. And he said this thing that was like, oh, I'm going to take that and I'm going to share it because that is so smart. Basically what he said, to know the difference between abduction and adduction, when you're doing adduction exercises, you're basically bringing your body parts towards the center, bringing them together. And abduction, you're moving it away. So think of adduction adding towards you, abduction away from you. So an example would be when you're doing the seated hip abduction machine, right? So I don't know if you guys know the machine at the gym where you have the knee pads and then you sit down, you open and close your legs. So the abduction would be when you start off with your legs in the center and you're pushing your legs away and then bringing it back in because you're moving your legs away from your body. Then the adduction would be when you start with your legs wide apart and you're bringing them in. So when it comes to upper glutes, you want to do abduction, where you're basically starting with your feet, with your legs, in the center, and you're moving them away from your body back and forth. So when you do this exercise, there's 2 variations. When you're leaning forward, that is going to target the medius and minimus, but also the maximus. So you feel the lower part, middle part of your glutes stretching as well. When you're sitting all the way back and you're doing that movement, you're going to feel the medius and minimus moving, well, contracting more. So if you're someone who's like, I don't really feel the difference, I always advise my clients, and I'm going to advise you too, put your hand on your butt. Literally put your hand on your butt and do the exercise, and you will feel the difference. You'll feel the contraction, you'll feel the muscles working. So a lot of abduction exercises targets that upper glute. So seated hip abduction, as I said, you have clamshells. You can do them with the cables, you can do it with resistant bands. You have fire hydrant. You have the medius cable kickbacks. You have the side laying extra range of motion hip abduction. Hella long name, but that's another really good exercise. You have standing lateral leg raises with the cables. You even have like single leg exercises. So when you do single leg exercises, like for example, Bulgarian split squats, you have single leg hip thrusts, step ups, those exercises are going to target that upper glute because those muscles also help stabilize you and balance you out, right? So when you're doing, for example, Bulgarian split squats, the foot that's on the floor that's working, you're kind of working your entire glutes doing that exercise. Boy, I wouldn't recommend you to do these like single leg exercise as your only exercises that's targeting the upper glutes because you won't see much results with that. This is where a lot of people struggle and see like the lower glute is lifted and plump, but the top part, they don't have that projection, that shelf look, you know? So I would recommend you to do 2 exercises that are accessories. So like abduction, as I said, the cable clamshells, fire hydrants at the end of your workout that will target the upper glute, especially if you want to like really emphasize and focus on that muscle. Do 2 every single leg day. If you don't want to do too much of an emphasis, at least 1 like isolation upper glute exercise is necessary. Okay, next question is how to lose belly fat. We need to talk about this one, okay? Because if you are someone who does sit-ups, leg raises, bicycle, Russian twists, crunches in the hopes of getting a flat stomach, you know, getting rid of belly fat, stop. Okay, absolutely stop. I will say this 1,010 times until every single person who watches me knows this. You cannot spot reduce fat. And if you know this, then that means you should also know that you cannot spot reduce belly fat. So you can't do abs and crunches and core exercises thinking that it's going to flatten your stomach, because that is not what's going to happen. These exercises essentially are just strengthen the muscle, depending on some of them. Some of them are really good core exercises like the dead bug, but some of them really are just there for the definition, like, you know, your crunches, your bicycle, all of those sit-ups. And if you have belly fat over your abs, you will not see the definition. You will not see your abs. You have to get rid of the belly fat for your abs to show, because we all have abs really underneath the belly fat. So if you are someone who wants a flat stomach and you want to get rid of belly fat, you have to be in a caloric deficit. You just have to be burning more calories than you're consuming, period. You can't spot reduce it. I wish we could, but you can't be like, okay, well, I want to lose belly fat, so let me do this too. No. Over time, with the caloric deficit, your body will lose body fat all over. And one thing you want to keep in mind when it comes to losing fat is that about 15% of the calories you burn every single day comes from exercises. The other 85% comes from things that are not related to exercising. So this is your 8 to 10K steps. You know that we hear every single time, get your steps in, 10K steps. Yeah, this is what you want to do, because this is going to help you actually burn more calories on a day-to-day, and it's sustainable to do. You also want to eat more protein, lift so you can build muscle, so that you can boost your metabolism, so that you can burn more calories while resting than a slower metabolism that's not burning as much calories. So really, instead of like thinking, oh my God, I want to lose belly fat, I want to lose body fat, let me add another day into the gym, let me add another cardio day, and you're already going to the gym 5 days a week, stop. There's no need. Focus on the things that burns calories outside of your workouts. If you weren't going to the gym 4 days a week, 5 days a week, then I might be like, okay, add another extra workout in there. You know, 3 is not enough. 2 is really not enough. But 4 or 5, you're good. You don't need more than that. You don't need to work out every single day. Okay? So caloric deficit, burn more calories than you're actually consuming. Get your steps in. Eat high protein meals. Don't skip a meal. Weight lift, and you will lose body fat. The next question is, what is progressive overload? Short and sweet, progressive overload is essentially just intensifying an exercise. So you can do this obviously by increasing your weight, but there's various different I wanted to say another word, but it just didn't come out. There are many different ways to do progressive overload other than upping your weights. So the first one would be, you can increase your reps. You can also increase sets. So maybe you're doing 3 sets before, next week try to do 4 sets. You can also increase your range of motion. So a lot of times people are not doing the full range of motion. So instead of you upping your weight in your squats, how low are your squats? Maybe focus on getting a deeper squat. You know, you also can change up your tempo. So if you're doing a regular squat where it takes you 1 second to go down, you don't pause at the bottom, you go back up in 1 second, take your time, go a little slower. Maybe go down for 2 seconds, pause at the bottom of the squat for 3 seconds, get a good stretch in all your muscles, go lower body muscles, and then come back up. And you'll notice that that tempo itself would be challenging on the current weight that you were at. That's all you needed to do. Just Switch it up, especially if you're someone who doesn't have access to much weight. Maybe you're in like a condo apartment, you're at home. You can do these things to intensify an exercise other than increasing the weight. So next question is how to engage your lats with lat pull down. So your lats essentially are just the back muscles over here. You have like upper lats and you have like lower lats, which kind of goes more towards where your hips and your butt is. So when you do the lat pull downs, if you guys don't know what that exercise is that cable machine, well, the cable exercise where you're sitting down and you have the bar, you hold it and you pull your arms down and you go up, or sometimes you have the bar with the handles on the two sides and you kind of go like this. So those are lat pull downs. So a few tips you can do is, one, put your thumb over the bar. By having an open grip, so this is an open grip, this is a closed grip. Having an open grip will allow you to pull more with your back and not so much with your biceps and your forearm. Another tip I would say is when you're doing your lat pull downs, think of pulling with your elbows in towards your ribs. So you see how my elbows are coming into my ribs, they're not going back behind my back. That is really gonna help you get that lat engagement. Like even if you just do this right now, pulling in to your elbows to ribs, you should feel that contraction. I feel it. Another tip you want to keep in mind too is when you pull the bar, don't pull the bar all the way down here. It's not a matter of like how low you can bring the bar down to your body, but more so of controlling and managing the weight. So when you're pulling the bar, literally you should stop when the bar reaches about this part of your body. So, you know, your collarbone, upper chest, that's it. It shouldn't get down to the middle, lower part, stomach, like no. Please don't do all that. And then the last thing I will say is also avoid utilizing your traps. Your traps basically, I mean your shoulders, right? So I notice a lot of times when people are doing these lat pull downs, they're raising their, you know, shoulders all the way up to their ears, like, you know, I don't know, no neck. And I'm just like, okay, child, like relax the shoulders. It's not a trap exercise, it's a lat exercise. So a cue I like to give to my clients is start off with retracting your shoulders. So what that is, and you guys can try it too right now, you want to lift your shoulders up to your ears, rotate them back, and then depress them down away from your ears. And just by doing that, I literally feel my lats engaging. So those are my tips on how to get lat engagement with your lat pull downs. I hope that helps you guys. Next question is, what should my workout split be to grow my glutes? So if you're trying to grow your glutes, my best advice is suck it up and have 3 leg days and 1 upper body day. If you don't want fast results, or at least as fast as you can get them, then do your 2 days a week. But if you are dedicated and you are serious and you really, really want the glute gains, 3 leg days a week is what you really want to do for optimal results. You can still get good results with 2 leg days a week. Might take a little bit longer. But what your workout split will look like with 3 days is day 1, you can do quads and glutes. Day 2, you can do hamstring and glutes. Day 3 can be upper body. Day 4 can be another glute exercise or glute workout where you're targeting your glutes with exercises that you didn't do on the first 2 leg days. Now, if you're doing it only 2 leg days a week, then you can do 1 day's quad glutes, 1 day upper body, 1 day hamstring and glutes. Now, when it comes to the exercises, as I said, you want to make sure that you have at least 1 upper glute exercise every single leg day. And then you also don't want to have junk volume. That's not a question I think on here, but I do need to address this because I feel like a lot of times people think that the more exercises they do, the more they're gonna get better results and the bigger their muscles will be. And it's just not like that, because it comes to a point where in a workout, after doing a certain amount of volume for a particular muscle group, all the other stuff you do after that is just irrelevant. You're not getting any real benefit off of it. You're just exhausting your body. So what I would recommend, if you're someone who's working out 4 days a week or 5 days a week, you literally just need to stick to 4 really hard exercises and then just add an accessory if you want to at the end for that muscle group that you were doing. If you're someone who's doing maybe 3 days a week, then you can do 5 exercises, 6 maybe even, depending on if you were hitting the muscles or not, or you did all the exercises that will hit every single muscle group that you're targeting. But essentially what I'm trying to say is, like, if you are working out more in the week, you don't need to do so much every single session. And even if you're working out less throughout the week, you don't need to do 8, 10, like anything beyond 6, I feel is just excessive. Okay, all you need is really like 3 to 4 hard working sets, and theoretically, if you're really pushing yourself to failure, as you should be to get the best results, your body will not be able to go through 8, 9, 10 different exercises for a muscle group. Like, that is insane. Next question is, how much protein should I have a day? So quick and simple, do 0.8 times your body weight in pounds, and that will give you the amount of protein you need to be having every single day in grams. Now, a lot of times we don't get the amount of protein we should be having in a day. A lot of times, a lot of people are like under 100, and if you don't even weigh 100 pounds, you're definitely below how much protein you should be having. So I would say, just if you're someone who has to up your protein, one, get protein powder, vegan protein, whey protein. I like taking good protein. I love them down. If you watch my channel, you see me have this before. I will leave my code down below because you do get, I believe, 30% off your first order. It's like Tashana 30, something like that. And they have some good flavors. But you also have Vega, you have EPH Lab, you have My Protein. You have so many different brands out there that you can try. Just make sure you're getting your protein powder every single day to help supplement the protein that you're having. You don't want to be drinking your protein. It's a supplement, so it's supposed to supplement what you're having. So make sure that the majority of your protein you're getting in a day comes from actual whole foods. And then the other thing also too is try to have like 30 grams per meal. If you have 3 meals a day and you get 30 grams of protein in a day, that is automatically 90 grams. And you add a protein shake in there, you're easily hitting 120. Right? So that is the best way to go about it, in my opinion. Next question is, what is creatine? This deserves a whole nother video because creatine is just so well researched and there's so much behind it. But just to give it a plain and simple explanation, you have creatine already in your body. Creatine also is found in animals, in their muscles. So if you're someone who eats meat, you will have more creatine in your body than a person who's vegetarian or vegan. Obvious reasons. Now, what creatine pretty much does, it just gives your body energy, and it gives your body energy in like that quick 0 to 15 second moment of like intense work. So usually when you're lifting, your body does not have enough creatine in it for you to get the real benefits of like bigger muscles, stronger, more lean, right? So this is where the supplement will come into play. It's supplementing what you already have. So you take creatine every single day. There's 3 to 5 grams little scoops that come in the creatine, and it has to be a creatine monohydrate, okay? It has to be the most like simplest form of creatine. And you take this every single day. Doesn't matter what time of the day you take it. It doesn't matter if you take it before, after your workout. It's not a pre-workout. It's not going to give you this boost of energy like caffeine. It doesn't work that way, okay? Creatine also does take some time when you first start taking it for your body to start showing the effects of creatine. So you take your 3 to 5 grams every single day. You have to drink a lot of water because creatine also does attract water. So you will get a lot of retention of water in your muscles, not bloated, not water weight. It is in your muscles. So this is what's going to make you look more lean, muscles more plump, more defined. And it doesn't directly correlate to bigger muscles, but how it allows you to get bigger muscles is because, one, as I said, the water retention, and then 2, it gives you more energy. So it allows you to lift heavier. It allows you to go, stronger and harder at your workout. So what that does is also stimulates your muscles and lets you allows you to just build muscle, grow your muscles. So that's how it all ties in. So actually we'll leave like 2 videos on creatine, one for My Protein and another video that really breaks down the biology behind protein, where it comes from, what exactly it does in the body and the cells, from the ATP and the ADP. And if you're someone who likes all those stuff, you'll like that video. And I feel like it's just quick, straight to the point, and it gives you a very good understanding of what creatine is. Because sometimes, you don't want to take my word for it. You want to do your own research, and I respect that. I really do. I think you should do your research beyond what you hear one person say when it comes to doing things, especially consuming things. Don't just take my word for it, even though I know what I'm talking about, but I still advise you to do your research beyond what I'm saying, okay? Next question is how to count calories without counting calories. So if you're a person who doesn't want to count calories, I don't blame you. Counting calories can be very tedious. I don't even like doing it. I would do it for like a day or 2, and I'm just like, child, I'm not trying to do this right now. Like, I don't want to do this. So what I do is I like to eyeball things, and you can do that while still losing weight and being in a caloric deficit, or whatever your reason for counting calories is. So look at your plate. Cut your plate up into 2/3. So that 2/3 section of your plate, half of it, make it protein, the other half, make it veggies. Then the other 1/3 of your plate will be your carbs and your fats. To me, that's the simplest way to put it. I know some people like to do the hand trick, like your palm is basically the amount of protein you should have. Then if you do a scoop with your hand, that's how much carbs you should have. Your fist is like your veggies, and then your thumb is your fats. I know that's another way people like to look at it, but if you're someone who wants to lose weight and you don't want to count calories, don't think you can't lose weight. It's very much possible. It may sometimes take a little bit longer because you don't have the exact numbers and your calories might be a little off from day to day. But what I would recommend is just stick to the same portions that you're having every single day for a good 2-3 weeks. Take your girth measurement. So that means like measuring each, you know, your arms, your legs, your glutes, your stomach with a measuring tape. Take pictures and then do comparison to see what actually is happening. Are you losing? Are you gaining? Are you being stagnant, like you're not losing or gaining nothing? And where? Because the scale sometimes, and a lot of times actually, it just doesn't give you the details that you need, like in terms of are you losing body fat and building muscle mass. It will just show you a number and you just don't know what exactly that number really means, you know? The next question is, what should beginners do at the gym? I would recommend, if you're a beginner at the gym, first of all, try to do 4 days a week. If you cannot commit to 4 days a week, you can do 3, you're a beginner, but at least try to push for 4 days. That way, like every other day, you're giving yourself rest time and recovery. You do not need to work out every single day. You're not competing. You don't need to do 6-7 workouts in a week. Your body needs to rest and recover. This is also a super important part when it comes to getting the body that you want and building muscle. You can't just keep exhausting your body and not resting and recovering and expect to get crazy results. Your body needs to rest. As I said before, it depends on what your goals are. So if you're someone who wants to really focus on growing your lower body, your glutes, your legs, I would say if you do a 3-day split, it should be 2 leg days, 1 upper body, because we do not neglect upper body over here. And then if you're doing 4 days, you can do 2 leg days, and then you can split up your upper body, back and biceps one day, and then you can do triceps, shoulders, chest on the other day. Some people like to do push-pull splits. It's really up to you. Just find something that works best for you. It might be a little trial and error in the beginning because you are new, but once you find what you like doing, what exercises you like doing as well, stick to it. Stick to it. Do progressive overload, which you already know what it means because we just spoke about this, and then be consistent and give yourself at least 3 months. Like, don't just give up after the first month. I know it's difficult, it's hard. I'm gonna be real with you. In the beginning, it's discipline that's gonna get your ass to the gym. It's not motivation. You might have a little motivation at first. Oh, I got signed up to the gym. You got a cute gym fit. You just got a Gymshark order, Honor Active order. You know, you're ready to go to the gym, all of that. But then I'm gonna tell you, like, coming into week 3, week 4, that's when you'll be tested. Your discipline's gonna be testing you and like how much you really want this. And you're gonna have to keep showing up. And only when you start seeing results, I feel like that's when you get that motivation back. So stick through it, don't give up, be consistent, and do not compare your journey to someone else's journey. A lot of times people look at me like, oh my God, your body goals, I wish a body could look like that. And I'm like, girl, I've been working out for 8 years. Like, thank you, but this is 8 years. You just started. Don't compare my 8-year journey to your 1-year journey. And even at that, if we both started at the same time, did the same exercises, ate the same way, we would still look so different because genetically we're not the same. So really try not to compare yourself. Don't compare your progress to other people's progress. Don't compare your results to other people's results, which is the same thing as progress, but you know what I mean. If anything, compare your previous self to your current self. Compare how your discipline has improved. Compare how you actually are showing up for yourself more than before. Compare how, wow, I'm feeling stronger. I'm feeling more energetic. I'm actually being consistent with the gym. I'm actually like seeing a little result. My butt looks a little bigger. My arms look a little toned. Like, small little wins has to be celebrated to really push you and keep you going. Because if you're so fixated on that end like goal of having the most snatchiest body, flattest stomach, biggest ass, you will fall off track and not be motivated. Because in reality, it's not a destination, it's a lifestyle. Like, you will learn that down the line, but I didn't know this at first, and I thought it was like, oh, when I get the body, I'm good. No, girl, it's a lifestyle. You got to keep doing it. You got to maintain it. It's a lot easier to maintain once you have, but you got to get there first. So just be patient, consistent, 4 days a week, and your workouts don't have to be longer than like an hour and a half. Doing 2-3 hours at the gym to me is crazy if you're not creating content or you're not, I don't even know, doing an hour of cardio afterwards. Like, you don't need to do all that. If you're taking proper rest times, you're doing the 5 exercises we mentioned, 6 max, you should literally be at the gym with your stretching and all that for like an hour and a half, max 2 hours. Anything beyond that is just like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. And if you have time to waste, you might want to reevaluate your life, but no. That wraps up all the questions. I think I got that down under 30 minutes, which is good because like I could talk a lot and this probably could have been 50 minutes long. But I hope you guys found this super informative and helpful. At least if you learned one thing from this video, I'll be super happy. Also, if you're someone who still feels a little confused and you want someone to really just sit down, talk to you and see like what exactly you need to do, because I'm not sure if I said this earlier, but videos like this is great for general information. But when it comes to fitness and nutrition, everyone is different, right? So you have to really make sure that what you're doing is good for your body and for the goals that you have for yourself. So I do have some virtual consultations available that you guys can hop on a call with me and we can talk and I can help you as much as possible. I also can tell you about my one-on-one online coaching if you guys are interested in working with me and having me just coach you on how to get the body that you want. Essentially just give you the formula, you execute that and you get the results, and you also learn how to keep the results so you don't need me in the future. Then you can sign up for my one-on-one coaching. Application form will be linked down below, and then I'll email you and you'll get all the details and everything and see if we're a good fit. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment box below. I will respond. This is the least I can do. And if I get a lot of questions, I'll probably make a part 2. So we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, because if you follow my vlogs, guys, we have some little catching up to do. I'm not gonna spill on this video because this video is not about my life right now. It's about you. But if you want to watch and you want to be nosy, or you've been watching my vlogs, make sure you subscribe so when I post the next video, I'm not too sure if it's going to be next Sunday or not, but we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.